I challenged my viewers, 1 hour starting on a new, fresh RuneScape account. How much GP can you make in 1 hour starting in Lumbridge? The winner gets 1,000 times what they made in that hour. If you make 1 million GP and that's the highest amount, you get 1 billion GP. If you kill a cow and pick up everything it drops, it's about 274 GP. If your strategy wins, that one cow's loot turns into 274,000 GP. These are pretty high stakes. I think you guys get the point. The rules are pretty simple. No unfair advantages gained from other players like trading or PKing someone for a bunch of loot or staking. No using ults to tank a boss. The best part is anybody could submit an entry. I posted on my YouTube community page outlining the rules and asking literally anyone to submit their 1 hour of making GP. Now I had no idea how much the winner would actually make, which means I had no idea how much GP I have to award. The one thing I know is that my current RuneScape bank definitely would not afford it, so I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars buying RuneScape bonds. And after multiple calls with my credit card company about fraud alerts and a few hours of clicking, I bought enough bonds for a max cash stack. I really hope I'm not gonna need to buy more bonds. The only way I can award such an epic prize is because of the sponsor of today's video. Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play mobile and desktop game with over 25 million players across the world. There are hundreds of champions with unique skills and abilities, which means there are almost countless strategies in the game. Raid has 16 different factions like the Dwarves, High Elves, and Night Revenants, each containing different champions. My favorite faction is the Banner Lords. They have a pretty epic medieval look, and here are some legendary champions from the Banner Lords faction. Richtoff the Bold is my favorite with his crossbow there. This month, Raid released their biggest update yet, the Doom Tower. It's a giant tower with 120 floors, lots of secret challenge rooms, and 12 tough bosses for you to fight. Raid is also releasing 14 new champions over the holidays, as well as tons of holiday events and tournaments. This is a great time to start playing. The Raid team is giving away a ton of new free goodies, plus a special champion to get everyone started in the tower named Bulwark. To get a huge head start in Raid, all you have to do is click the link in the description, and if you're a new player, you'll get a free Void Champion Bulwark, 50 gems, an XP booster, energy refills, and even an Ancient Shard as soon as you get in the game. The rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. You can claim your reward by clicking the chest in the top right corner. Let's get right into the challenge. Thanks to everyone who submitted their hour clip for the challenge. Obviously, I couldn't show them all. There were over 30 of them. I picked some of the ones that got the most GP as well as some of the more creative ones. So let's get into it. Okay, we have Solo Mission competing here, and it looks like he starts off by going into the Barbarian Village. He's picking a beer though. He's got some cooked meat as well, but oh, he's drinking the beer. What an interesting strategy. I don't think he can sell the beer. Maybe it's for moral support. Okay, so he gets his 10K. He's going to the Grand Exchange. It looks like he's buying a bunch of energy-related potions and a Varrock teleport. Now he's heading east out of Varrock. I don't know what moneymaker this is. He's heading towards the sawmill though. Yup, it looks like he's gonna try to make money by buying stuff there. He's buying steel nails. Now that shop's operator has a stock of 1,000 steel nails at a time. I think it's a pretty common moneymaker though, so part of the problem is a lot of other people are buying up the nails. Okay, he's just dancing now. Does he realize it's a speed run? It actually took me a while to realize here that something is playing to his advantage. There's a system update going on. Not only does that restock the shops, but I'm guessing a lot of his competition buying these are bots. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing a system update knocks him offline for a little bit. When the system update hits Solo Mission, he quickly reloads his client and logs back in. As you can see, the shops are fully stocked and he's buying 50 at a time incredibly quickly. After that system update, Solo Mission quickly spends the rest of his GP on steel nails. I wonder how much they'll actually sell for though. It looks like he sold a little bit less than 3,000 of them for 54K. That system update restocking all the shops is gonna speed up this process by like 500%. I'm just gonna call this guy Tut103, but he starts off by hopping over to a Leagues world. I didn't even include anything about Leagues in the rules, but I guess if he starts off fresh on Leagues as well, that's fine. But he obviously can't transfer any gold from Leagues into Old School. It looks like he's getting as many League points as possible though. There are expensive rewards in the main game that you can get from points in Leagues. We got KempQ competing and he goes to pickpocket the man to start the timer. Now KempQ told me what his strategy was and that he was doing over 10 different runs of the same thing to perfect it and increasing his odds to get that RNG for a rare drop. After he got the 5 thieving, he went straight to the T stall in Varrock, I'm guessing to get 20 thieving, which takes a lot of that hour chunk out. We've got Wasted Bond 6 here starting out, and it looks like he's immediately teleporting to last man standing. That's not against the rules, but I will be watching every fight closely closely to make sure there's no boosting going on. Just from a quick look, Wasted Bond 6 seems to be a pretty good PKer. His switches are pretty clean and he hasn't missed many prayer switches at all yet. If you're a good PKer, Last Man Standing is a great moneymaker. I'm excited to see how many wins he can get and how much GP that translates into. Another min starts out here and he immediately goes to get his 10k from the security stronghold. He then takes that to the Grand Exchange and buys volcanic ash and compost to make ultra compost. It's a decent way to get some starting GP, but that's not his main moneymaker. The Spade guy is starting out here and he never showed his username in the clip. You'll see in a second why I'm calling him the Spade guy though. He immediately goes to the general store in Lumbridge, buys a bunch of hammers and spades, and then heads over to the Grand Exchange. I had no idea that this is even a good moneymaker, which is partly why I love this challenge. After the Grand Exchange, he teleports over to Camelot, and this is the main money-making spot. He can buy spades from Vanessa and then store them with the leprechaun just a few tiles away. It looks like the leprechaun can only hold 100 spades though, so he has to juggle them once he hits 100, but he gets them noted back from the leprechaun, so it shouldn't be too hard because they'll just continue stacking up. With 55 minutes left, if those spades end up selling, he's already made about 20k, so it's a good moneymaker. And then of course he heads back to the same spot to continue buying these spades. 50 farm XP starts off by running straight to Draenor Village to buy some wines. He then runs all the way up to the lava maze in the wilderness where he starts collecting earth staffs. With 41 minutes left, solo mission runs out of gold buying those nails. He goes to the Grand Exchange and sells them for 240k. He's only been doing it for 10 minutes after that system update, so this is a really good moneymaker right now. Coming in at the 44-minute mark, Wasted Bond 6 won his first LMS game, getting 5 points. I think you can get roughly 50k per point, so that's a lot of gold. Back to 50 farm XP, he's done collecting those earth staves and he sells them all and buys gear for the lava dragons. He's got about 38 minutes left to try to get that ultra rare drop, the Draconic Visage. With 31 minutes left, he does get lucky with an Onyx Bolt Tips drop worth about 100k. Back to Tut 103 here, and at 34 minutes, it looks like he's gotten enough points to go back to the main game. He's gonna cash them in for what looks like a twisted teleport scroll. Now, I have no idea what these things go for. He's heading to the GE and puts it in for 1 GP. It looks like the Grand Exchange guide had it for 900k, but he sold it for 690k, and now he's immediately buying uncharged Ring of Wealths. This is a really interesting strategy here. He gets a lot of gold from speedrunning and leagues, and now obviously I'm guessing he's gonna go charge Ring of Wealths. He's definitely playing this out because he's going to the Varrock estate agent to buy a house. He's gonna teleport to his house and then use someone else's house's portal nexus to teleport Deep Wildy. I hope he doesn't get PK'd. We're back with more spade content from the Spade guy. He's collected roughly 2,500 spades here. He's running into a slight problem though. They don't sell right away. If he can sell them, those 2,500 spades are worth about 400k. Another min is back and he's finished making those ultra composts. He's made a total of 70k so far, but he immediately goes to buy eclectic implings, which makes me nervous because I know what he's doing, medium clues. If he gets ranger boots, his prize is over 30 billion GP. I would have to take out a loan to afford that many bonds. One of the problems though with speedrunning medium clues is you're gonna have to drop a lot of them because they require some stats. Just like another min's first one, he had to drop it. KempQ spent the last 30 minutes getting 20 thieving, and now he heads west of Varrock over to Gertrude. He's gonna do the Gertrude's cat quest, complete it very quickly, and then head over to the Pyramid Plunder minigame. And if you haven't guessed already, KempQ is going for a Pharaoh's Scepter, which right now are worth about 2.4 mil. He told me that if he does 25 1-hour runs like this, he should have the RNG to get that Pharaoh's Scepter and potentially win 2.4 billion GP. With 25 minutes left, again solo mission runs out of GP buying those steel nails and goes right back to the Grand Exchange. He was able to buy over 76,000 of them and sells them for 1.45 million GP. He's definitely the front runner with that. Back to Wasted Bond 6 here at LMS. He died a few times in the previous games, but at 20 minutes left, he froze his opponent outside the fog, which means they're gonna take damage, and he gets the win, and with 20 minutes left, he has 13 LMS points. With a little bit less than 18 minutes left, another min finishes his first medium clue and is not lucky. Right at the hour mark, another min finishes his second medium clue. He only gets 16k from it and ends up selling everything in his bank and finishes with 30k GP. Still a pretty epic run to get 2 medium clues starting from a fresh account in 1 hour. The ending of the Spade guy's speedrun is a little bit tragic. He collected over 5,000 spades in 1 hour from a fresh account. But, and I appreciate his honesty, it took a few hours for the spades to sell. He ended with over 800k GP. As per the rules though, you have to sell everything right away. We've got the final minutes here for Wasted Bond 6. He KOs the second to last person in this LMS game and then absolutely turns around and wrecks the last guy to win the game. That Gmaul to D-Claw switch was pretty sweet. XP. He gets 6 points for a total of 19, and he doesn't have time for another game, so he spends all 19 points on a blighted Entangle sack and then goes to the Grand Exchange to sell them. His final profit was 810k starting fresh on a level 3. That's really good. Unfortunately, 50 farm XP was not lucky with the Draconic Visage, but he sells everything he made for roughly 211k. Pretty good run. A lot of people thought Lava Dragons was the meta here, and obviously, as you can see, it really isn't. Unfortunately, although KempQ and with the help of 9rain did a lot of 1-hour runs to Pyramid Plunder on a fresh account, they were not able to get that Pharaoh's Scepter, and so KempQ ends empty-handed. He really did perfect that speed run from a fresh account to Pyramid Plunder though. We're back with Tut103, and he's just about done charging his Ring of Wealths with 2 minutes left on the clock. He's heading back to the Grand Exchange to sell everything, and remember, this guy was really creative, hopping onto leagues to get points, hopping back into the main game and spending those points on the reward and selling it. He sells everything in his bank and ends up with 1,077k, or almost 1.1 million GP, starting off as a fresh level 3. What an incredible run. Back to solo mission, he's run into the original problem I was talking about. Other people have logged back on after the update, and a lot of those steel nails are completely bought out. He had to start buying iron and bronze nails instead, which are a lot less profitable. But he goes to the Grand Exchange, sells most of them for about 1.8 mil. For about another minute or so, he ends up just hopping around worlds buying the bronze and iron nails because none of the steel nails are in stock anymore. With almost no time left, he sells all of the rest of the nails and ends up with 2,074k, or about 2.1 million GP. Solo mission has won the 1-hour GP speed run from a fresh account. He made a little bit over 2 million GP, which means he won a little bit over 2 billion GP. Solo mission actually wasn't planning on taking advantage of that update whatsoever. He said he was doing a run buying nails on unpopulated worlds like PvP worlds, and right at the end of his first speedrun attempt, the update timer started and everything clicked. A combination of luck and skill. If you liked the video, like the video. And if you like more than one of my videos, consider subscribing. About 70% of my viewers are not subscribed.